Hello and welcome back to part 4 of our Poland road trip series. We are still in Warsaw and today we are heading out towards Berlin. And then to go towards back to home. But first, one more stop in Berlin, in another hotel there. I guess the weather is pretty bad again. It's raining as hell, so I guess we won't be stopping in between in other cities, but if the weather gets better, we might think about doing that. So yeah, it's now 9:17 a.m. So we're just gonna pack our stuff and run back out to the car and then head towards Berlin with a driving time of like 7-ish hours, including charging. So that's gonna be fun. It's rainy as heck. My car tries to see as much as possible. We still got 91% state of charge, so that's pretty fine. We lost like 6% or so overnight by enabling Sentry mode, but that's okay. We're now headed to a Circle K station for breakfast to get coffee and something to eat, and then we're off to the highway, which I think the Circle K station is right next to it, so that's perfect. And today, oh nice, today we can clean the car by just driving. That's awesome. That's how I love to clean my car, just by doing nothing at all. Gotta get some coffee and sweet breakfast here. It's pretty nice. I think that's the first time I've been in a Circle K, because we don't have Circle K in Germany. Oh damn. Wild stuff. Yeah, awesome. We got our breakfast, 10 euros for all of this. Pretty good. Anyhow, whatever. First up to the next supercharger, which is actually a V3. Pretty nice. That's the first V3 in Poland, I think, that we hit. After that, it's a V2 with 150 max. At least we're getting full V2 speeds there. And in the app, it told me to go to the Gigafactory charger, which is over here, but that's closed because they updated it to a V4, and that's not allowed to be in operation in Germany yet, as I heard. So we might hit another charger somewhere around here. There's no supercharger on this way, but we want to have a look at the Gigafactory, so we're definitely gonna hit that. I'm just gonna add that as a stop. Yes, I know that the supercharger's closed. Yeah, well, not sure what it's trying to do here. Let me remove that stop maybe, otherwise it'll fuck up the trip. Yeah, we'll see about that later, but first we need to hit those two anyway, because there's no other option. So that's what we're gonna do right now. 1 hour to the first supercharger. We'll hit it with 40%. That's okay, as it's a... oh no, that's a V3. Yeah, whatever. Can't change anything, so just gonna rip it as good as we can. We're at 44% state of charge and 27 kilometers from the supercharger away. We're just started preconditioning again, after preconditioning just when we started to get the battery on temperature. It's still raining as heck, but I'll just let the car drive and it works pretty well. Always astonished how good it works in those pretty bad conditions, even though it's vision only, so that's pretty nice. 18 minutes to go, and then we can top up to like maybe 60-70%, something like that. I think the next part is not that long, but the stint after that will be quite a bit, and I'll have to plan another non-supercharger in there, so it'll be a bit faster, I think. We just arrived at the supercharger. It tells us to charge here for 50 minutes. We need like 50-ish%. That's wild. Anyway, we still got 32%. So that's fine. My friend is just plugging in back there. Awesome. Working great. There's a V2 over there. And it won't focus. Fucking... Come on. Get the focus in. It won't. Anyway. Yeah. There's a V2 over there. You can believe me. There you can see it. The two cables. V3 back here. So we're getting full speeds. Ramping up. 120 already. Love to see it. 143. 153. 150. Okay, so we're not getting V3 speed, sadly, but still okay. Charging for half an hour seems correct. Continue trip. Let's see. We need 50 more %, I think. So we're gonna go get some buffer and charge to 80-ish% maybe. We'll see. And after that, we'll hit another supercharger in Poznan, I think, and then we'll have a look for another charger somewhere in that area, maybe around Frankfurt up there. And I think somewhere here in the middle is the Gigafactory that we want to visit real quick later. So I guess some YouTube watching now, so the 35 minutes go past faster, and then we'll hit the road again. Tesla trip planner going real strong this time. We are at 96%. It still wants us to charge for 5 more minutes, so it wants us to fully charge the car for the 200 kilometers to the next supercharger, where we should be arriving with 5% right now. That's crazy. And it wants us to charge for over an hour in Poznan at the supercharger, which is a V2, so might be that long, I don't know. And then I had a look where we can charge next, which would be Aral Pools. And I don't know how far that is. Maybe I'm gonna search for another one that's a bit before to optimize that charging stop, that we don't have to be there for that long. But there really is no good alternative to that supercharger in Poland. So we need to do that, and I'm not sure. My gut feeling would say that we could do this easily and should be arriving with above 30%. But it's 12 degrees Celsius outside. It's raining as heck. And as we saw the day before yesterday, it really takes a lot more energy in the rain and with those colder temperatures. So I'm not risking anything. If the car says we need to fully charge, then I guess we fully charge, just to be sure. And as there are not that many alternatives, I also don't want to arrive too low, because or I don't want to have not enough buffer, because we couldn't bail out before. Of course we could go slower, but yeah, not sure. I would say let's just do what the car says, even though it said a lot of shit in the last days. But kind of not feeling comfortable going with less buffer in an area that's not as well built out as I'm used to, and that I don't really know that well. In Germany I would say, yeah, let's just rip it, we'll find somewhere to charge. But here, I'm not so sure. Okay, so we're at 99%, we're getting 9 kilowatts, and it wants us to charge for 1 more minute. We're not gonna do that, we're just gonna unplug right now in the fucking rain. And we're gonna swap drivers, so I'm gonna hop in this side. And I'm already wet, god damn it. And my complete car door inside is wet as well. That's disgusting outside. So let's go. Heading out now. 12% on arrival right now. So I don't know what it does. just said like 9% on arrival. Let's hope we can make it. And if it says we can, we're just gonna go slower. And just chill out, boy. Just saw that there's another charger right there. Greenway 90 kilowatt Delta unit with CCS and CHAdeMO and Type 2, I think. So pretty good triple charger. Way more reliable than the ABB units and the FSEC units we have in Germany. Those Delta units are pretty well built and stuff. We're about half an hour out from the next supercharger, and we're already preconditioning for like 2 or 3 minutes already. We're now at 20% on arrival almost, so it went up quite a bit. Rain also stopped and it got a bit warmer, so we're back to about 30% for 100 kilometers from 40% for 100 kilometers. And yeah, you can really see how the strong rain affects the range. It's quite heavy on the consumption. But for now that's quite good. 30 kilometers and about 10%. That's like pretty normal consumption to calculate with. And yeah, 30 kilometers to go until we fill up again. We just exited the highway and we're now on some kind of B-road thing, fast road, whatever. 10 kilometers out of the supercharger, and it started raining again. Of course, as soon as we need to exit the vehicle, it starts to rain because the weather hates us today. I don't know. We're at 23% state of charge right now. We will be arriving with 18, 19. Went back up, and it's on-off preconditioning, so everything's fine. And we should be getting full 150 kilowatts that the V2 can deliver, so that's pretty nice. We're in the middle of Poznan here, and it kind of looks like how I kind of imagined how it would look like here more often. And I find it real interesting. I guess the weather also does its part of making it look a bit more sad than it really is, because I guess Nolly is a pretty nice city around here, also with a nice park right next to us, which we can't see because there's a building, but it's not as modern as maybe Katowice was, or maybe also Warsaw. But it's nice to see. The superchargers are always on the other end of the city from the highway, so you always have to drive through the cities to take a look and to get to the superchargers. So that's quite interesting to see. And in our case, as we're here as tourists, that's not that bad. So we see more of the country and of the cities. That's quite cool. But yeah, partly modern, partly pretty historic, I would say, but nice to see. Really nice impressions you can get when driving through here. And we are pretty much at the supercharger, which has to be somewhere here on the right, but there's a crossing for people that walk around. I think we gotta go in here, or is that the exit? I'm not sure. Let's see if we can get in here. That looks kind of broken. City Park. Ah yeah, 30 minutes free. But how? Ah yeah, that's how we get in. Perfect. So I think the supercharger might be back here on the left. Yeah, it's license plate recognition. There's a German Tesla parked right in front of us. And there's a Porsche. Porsche Panamera. What an asshole Porsche. So yeah, the supercharger has to be here on the left. Perfect. All stalls available. So let's just pick some of them and get charging. 20% in the battery. We need about 66% more to get to Aral. We are plugged in. It's a V2, so it's gonna be taking its time to ramp up. But let's hope we get the full 150 kilowatts that it can deliver in just a sec. Still communicating. Contactors clicking. 40 minutes until we can continue. It wants us to fully charge again. We're surely enough not gonna do that. 40 minutes to 80%, never ever. Wants us to fully charge. It's 200 kilometers again. We got here with 20%, so I would say we charge to about 80-ish%. That should be good to go. Then we have 15% of buffer. I can work with that. 142 is top speed right now, I think. That's okay. I can live with that. So yeah, let's charge up to 80-ish% and then we head out. We're now charging for about 20 minutes. We're at 80%. We're just gonna wait maybe 5 more minutes or so, then we're gonna unplug because we can be in this parking lot for 30 minutes without additional cost. So we're just gonna look that we don't stay here for longer than 30 minutes. And in 5 minutes or so we should be at 90-ish%, maybe a bit below. Should be enough. Then we can arrive at our destination at the Aral Pulse charger with 10-ish%. That should be enough. If it's not enough on the way, then we're just gonna go a bit slower. That's alright. And yeah, that's the plan for now. 200 kilometers to go on this leg, so should be possible with 90-ish%. Okay, 86%. We will be arriving at Aral with 16%, so that's definitely enough. We're just quickly gonna switch drivers. I'm gonna unplug us here. Let's get this. That was a fast unplugging pressure thing, whatever. All right, we're less than 30 minutes into this parking lot. Inside this parking lot, my seat hasn't gone all the way down again, so now it did. Let's go into drive and out of here, over there to the front, and then left, and then we're out. Awesome. 2 hours to go, about, I think. Now 12 minutes until the next restroom. So can it read my license plate like that? I don't know. Let me try that. My car right now here giving me mixed signals, saying to stay below 130 kilometers an hour to reach destination, but also telling me that I will reach my destination with 4%. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm going 140 as long as I'm reaching my destination with more than 1% or more than 0%. That's alright. We also have some bailout options in Germany for sure. So shouldn't be any problem at all. I guess the rain will also be getting better on the way as we drove out of it before and it followed us, so we should be getting some better consumptions. Also now it went away, but we're also below 130, so whatever. We're just gonna go until it says we won't make it, and then we're going slower, so we will make it. Everything fine, just heavy as rain here. Meanwhile, I lowered the speed to 120 because it said that we needed to get a bit slower to arrive, but it just went up to 3 and just a sec before 4%, so we should be arriving quite good. So I guess we're gonna go up to 130 or so. Also the rain should stop in maybe 30 kilometers. So as soon as it's drier, we'll also get pretty much lower consumptions. So yeah, then we will be arriving for sure without any problem, just as predicted. Everything's fine, as it should be. My car just freaks out sometimes. Trip planner really didn't improve in the last time. I don't know why, but it's confused. And as predicted, the rain just basically stopped. We just got some water that's coming up from the road on our windscreen, so that's all fine. We still got 38% in the battery, about 90 kilometers to go, so no problem at all. Should be enough buffer, and we can rip it at 140 again. So that's how I like it. And Trip planner just freaked out because of the weather, I guess. I don't know, it's weird, but it gets us there, so all good. Okay, so we're in heavy traffic, and there seems to be some kind of roadblock in effect in front of us. So the navigation says we should exit the highway here and go all the way around. Longer trip, same time of arrival pretty much, I think, at least. Still 2% on arrival, so that's okay. And I think there should be some more chargers on this route, so we could also charge before if we have to. So I guess we're gonna exit here. Exit is just some meters up there. Maybe we're just gonna do it like this guy. Maybe also not, because that's highly illegal. I don't know. Yeah, 700 meters. I think we're just gonna wait for a bit here, and then we head out, and then hopefully we can charge soon. We're at 17% state of charge. I just kind of replanned our route a bit, and I selected a charging stop that's closer to us, our bailout option basically, because it said we would be arriving with 1%. We would have made it, I'm sure we would, but as we're here in traffic anyway, and we're basically almost driving along the charger, we're just gonna stop there, charge there from 11% up. That's still a good percentage to start charging, and I just don't want to push it to 1% to an Aral charger where I'm not 100% sure if it works and if it's available and stuff. So we're just gonna play it safe, go to this charger that we're headed to now. Sadly, the Tesla navigation doesn't know it, so it can't precondition to it, and there's no manual preconditioning, so that's kind of sad. But yeah, should still be fine, and then we head on to the Gigafactory, which is almost just around the corner, and we are almost at the border, which is just here in this river, so almost back in Germany. We still are in the traffic jam. We just moved a bit around, so now we're at another end that's a bit shorter. You can see that's the bridge where we get over to Germany, but we're standing here for over an hour now because of stupid border control stuff shit. Yeah, pretty annoying. Currently we're at 8% state of charge on arrival at the next charger, our backup charger. So the traffic jam and climate control and listening to music all the time used, of course, a bit energy, but not that much. Nothing to worry about, but still I would like to arrive at the charger, because now we're sitting at pretty low state of charge for a pretty long time, and that's not that healthy for the battery, so that's bad. And you can see the traffic jam back there, and you can see the traffic jam in the mirror, or maybe here in the mirror, yeah, kinda, and in the front, and it's bad. It's so annoying. I just want to arrive, man. We're still in the jam, but you can see the bridge over there a bit, at least the arches, and yeah, that's where it's gonna go to Germany, and it seems like it's flowing slowly, but it does. So pretty nice. Let's hope we can get there in like 5 minutes or so. Then we're finally through, hopefully. Then we can arrive with 7% at the charging station, which would be tight, but okay. So yeah, let's go, finally. We just arrived at this charger with 8%, and of course it's fucking broken. And the support isn't available. They said, yeah, you're calling outside of our working hours. So we're topping up AC just for like a bit to get to the next charger, which is 30-ish kilometers away. Sorry for the bad camera work here. I'm trying to plug in the AC. Let me just authorize. Now it says that we will be arriving with 1% state of charge at the Aral charging station, so I'm gonna take my chances. Let's unlock and unplug. We got 14% for 30-ish kilometers. That shouldn't be any problem normally. 10% for 30 kilometers is what I'm calculating. And if I leave the climate turned off, then and only use heated seats if necessary, then that should be no problem at all, I think. Looking good. 1%. It says charging needed to reach destination. Yep, I don't think so. I'm gonna drive really softly. I'm in chill mode to accelerate as soft as possible. And let's disable the heated seat for now. And let's go. Because this fucking company here didn't have a look to fix their fucking chargers. Stupid crap. But advertise it real big here. That's so stupid. Yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of pissed off, but it is how it is. And we're driving to charge now really softly. We just entered the highway and I'm just behind the truck just for safety, but it just ticked up to 2% on arrival, so I'm positive that we will definitely make it. So 25 kilometers to go with 11% shouldn't be any problem normally, but I wasn't sure with what consumption it calculated the arrival and with what speed and stuff. So yeah, just playing it safe for reasons, and everything's good. We just arrived at the charger with 2% state of charge. Oh my god, and it looks good. So let's plug in, and I actually drove too far back. Wow, just wow. Let me just adjust. We're ramping up and we're at 144 kilowatts, 150, 160, 170, 173. Here as well. Whoops. Nice. 174. Why are the Alpis delivering more than the Supercharger? Anyway, that's perfect. We decided that we will remove the Gigafactory stop because it's dark now anyway, and we want to have some food still, and so we're gonna skip that. Not gonna go this way around. We're gonna go the direct way to our hotel. So we need 17% more to get there. We want 20-ish% buffer. So and maybe we'll charge later in Berlin while we're eating. That would be perfect. Let's hope that works out as planned. So maybe 50-ish% right now should be enough. Let's see, charging 50% would be 15 minutes. Okay, perfect. So now time to go to the restrooms and stuff, and then we're pretty much good to go already. Okay, so we just looked up our restaurant where we wanted to go. We want to go the fastest route. Then we're there at 8:23 p.m. That's perfect. We're gonna go to Marido, which is just around the corner. and we have got 50% on arrival. So let's unplug here. It's a bit less comfortable than the suck at the supercharger, but still working fine. That's great. Let's go. 55 minutes to go. 50% on arrival. That's great. Let's head out over. I'm still not in the right position. Yeah, that's better. Let's go this way around through the gas station and back onto the highway. Awesome. Meanwhile, we're in Berlin, and over there's the Bürgermeister. That's absolutely me. Anyway, 2 kilometers to go to our hotel, then parking, and then food. We just arrived in the parking garage with 53%. Sadly, there is no charger here, even though we thought there was one, but it seems to be not the case. So we're not charging overnight, it seems. We're gonna charge tomorrow on the way home, and now we are gonna check into our hotel, and then we go eat, and then it's time for bed, I would guess. So, see you.